All right. Well, back for a live chat. Been forever since we had one of these. Not really. Didn't have one last week, but had one the week before. So much for the last one. I did say we'd only do them if there was.
What's that?
Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it could have been me. You need to restart your system.
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna hit finish, and we can restart later.
That's usually the best strategy.
All right, so maybe it's still working. So Adam Hall says hello. Scott Wexler called us dorks. We're gonna do the live chat show. Shattery.
We're shatterizing.
Ooh, I like that. Tonight's live stream brought to you by Ammo Supply Warehouse. Find purveyors of freedom seeds and whatnot. Coupon code TREMIS10 for $10 off an order over $100, or
you can use code bulletin11 BULLETN11 for $11 off any order over $100, because I had to have one better than Gary.
He did. My contract with Ammo Supply Warehouse had expired on the 31st of December. Although I had a couple of live chats I missed because of the holidays. So I decided I would keep them on board for the first few in January while I caught up. And I was like, since I'm not doing live chats anymore, I don't need a sponsor, because then I feel obligated to do them more often. However, I had a meeting with Monsieur Becker, and he was like, yeah, whatever. And I'll keep paying you.
Yeah, he's going to do it anyway.
Yep. So apparently I still have a channel sponsor for the live chat. So while I'm at it, I'll also point out Five Rivers Armament. We do not have an agreement, but I like those guys, and they did sponsor the chat for the entirety of 2025. So we'll just throw in some extra sponsorship details as well. All right. Anyone you'd like to shout out here at the beginning?
Well, the funny part is your sponsors are the same guys that keep throwing stuff at me. Like, they're like, hey, I know you haven't been doing a lot of gun-related stuff lately, Mike, with you and your stupid medical jargon podcast. But they refuse to let me not let them, something like that, be a part of that. So no, they're just exceptional guys. Becker over at Ammo Supply Warehouse, and Shinde and the boys over at Five Rivers Armament. Like, they're some big supporters of everything that both of us do.
Yep.
But yeah, so there's a whole host of sponsors that I've been working with lately as part of the Ride Along podcast. But yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff happening. It's been crazy.
So speaking of the Ride Along podcast and things happening, would you like to make any type of announcement to the viewership here that might not be aware of your status change?
Well, I can officially say that I get to wear this cool fancy patch on my arm. I am now officially a nationally recognized, state certified by Pennsylvania EMT.
Nice.
Gary is no longer the most highest rated medical professional in the room by merely completing EMT school. I have now surpassed him by going the last inch of the process and actually getting certified.
Yep. So proud, and such a relief.
Yeah. I took my psychomotor exam and my written test within the last week, right after we had our last night of classes. And like we did our testing, and then right after that I got all my certifications and things that let me know, hey, you're actually an EMT now. So when we graduated, Max and I both graduated on Wednesday night. I was at that point an official medical provider in the state of Pennsylvania. Max is lagging though. He might, I don't know if he's going to jump on here. I just got to give him he has a lot of stuff going on right now.
He's a busy man too.
He delayed his written test, but he has passed his psychomotor exam and he also graduated. So it's just a matter of him passing his written exam next month. So
I'm sure he'll be fine.
I'm sure of it too. Although the written exam was rather difficult, surprisingly so. If anybody's interested, the episode of the Ride Along EMT School podcast that we'll be releasing on Monday, I think it's episode 24. It has a whole rundown of everything that's gone on in the past week and the process of going through testing and kind of recap of things. Still going strong. Got plenty of stuff going on that podcast. And then hopefully with all of that going on, or the finally finishing, we'll actually have some time to come back to the training world for a bit and do our, the Berm Limits podcast, which we both love and have been a bit remiss in the last few months. But yeah, we've been rocking and rolling, getting our medical chops on.
Yep. I'm digging it. For those of you who don't know, have all the details that Mike alluded to. So I finished EMT school some years ago and only had to go certify. And when EMT school was ending, it was hitting Rockwell's super busy season. So the next two testing times that they had available, I was working, running classes. So I had to put it off for a couple of months. And then my EMT school is only $600 and did not include the cost of certifying. I know some places kind of rolled that all up into one, and mine did not, and which is probably one of the reasons it was cheaper. So I had to pay a couple $100 or whatever the fuck the cost was to go certify, and I had to put it off to after summer. And I was I'm never doing this for a career, so I don't even need that certification. And I knew probably my third patient contact, I knew I was not going to do it for a living.
30% in, you're like, nope, this is not going to happen. We it's you learned all the stuff. All of it's in there, patient assessment.
I was number one in my class.
You and me have that in common.
Ooh, look at us.
I was made fun of though for it, which you really should do for anybody that's an overachiever. Everyone was making fun of me at graduation because I was a little extra. I have a uniform shirt from the service that I volunteer with here in town. Yep. So I had my uniform shirt because I'm affiliated with that service.
Yeah.
And being that I got all of my national certification and my PA certification in my email that day, I may have hand sewn my EMT patch onto the sleeve because I earned it at that point. So everyone was making fun of me, like, "Oh, look at you, Mr. EMT, going above and beyond. Gotta show off to everybody." I'm like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, why not?
As a matter of fact, I rushed and get to do this because I made sure to actually take the written exam before we graduated.
Oh.
But yeah,
my phone just took everything you said and was typing that out into a message. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Ben.
Ben came up and picked up Klaus, who I think wanted out.
Yeah. But honestly, I think the only thing you're missing out on in that scenario where you're, kind of going through the schooling and then not getting the certification is really just the practice. Because that's really the reason I want to keep volunteering, is just because I want to keep the skills fresh. And if you don't do that very often, then when's the opportunity you're going to have to actually assess people without making it awkward. Like, I'm going to come over to Gary's house and be like, hey, man, give me your arm. I'm going to take your blood pressure and assess whether or not you're sick right now.
And you'll be like, wow, your blood pressure seems to be elevated and you seem fun.
Why is your pulse ox at 88%?
He seems angry.
And tachypnic.
Well, I'm glad that you accomplished all that for my own personal gain. I'm glad. I'm glad all the viewers got to check that out. So integrating that into the training side, Day Zero Medical.
It's on the books. Next month is the first offering of it. There are so many students on it that I've had to close the registrations at 0. No. No, I've not had any signs yet, but that's probably because I haven't really been, shouting it from the rooftops with life going on. But there is a plan to do that. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and actually announce this here for anybody who's listening. I've been mulling this around the last few weeks, being that it's the first offering ever, and I find that it's such an important thing. If anybody wants to come to the class for free, you can come to the class for free. Like anybody out there, I'm going to hold a free 1-day medical class for 0 Point training. I think it's really important that people get medical information. And, I just, it's something that's meant so much to me the last 6 months or so that, I want to share it with people. So the more people we can get together for that, for a 1-day thing.
Where is it at?
It'll be in the Allentown area. I haven't gotten a location yet, but somewhere where I don't have to travel for, because I'm not going to make any money off of it.
I'm with you. I most likely will be there.
Yep. So that is on, let me get my calendar out. I believe it's February 28th is when it is going to be held.
And a Wednesday, but I'm on January.
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
Perfect.
If it's just a few people, it might be held at the Bulletin Studios here in the Allentown area.
A favorite place of mine.
If a bunch of people are like, hey, Mike, I want to come take this thing for free, I'm going to limit it at probably like 15 people. Like, I'll splurge and we'll get like a hotel conference room in the area.
Yep. I'm digging it. Very cool.
Yeah.
I got some class announcements to make too, a little bit later. We'll tag it on at the end after the main point of Chat Show. The Shit Shot Chat.
Yeah. the shot chatting, the chatting of the shot.
Yes. For those of you who aren't aware, I did not go to SHOT Show this year, and neither did Mike.
No, I had things that had to get done.
So as it turns out, I doubt either of us are going to be making any SHOT Show videos for YouTube. I mean, I know I'm not. I have no content, so I thought a live stream would be the way to go. Hence why I asked Mike if he'd like to come on too, so we could talk about things we thought would be cool, since we couldn't get any video of it or ask anyone any details and stuff.
Well, that's not necessarily true for Bulletin and the Ride Along, because we had a man on the street.
I did see him reviewing some gloves today.
Yes. So one of the co-hosts of the Ride Along EMT School podcast and the owner of Iron Forge Consulting Group, Jonathan Aldridge, was out in Las Vegas this week, getting the lowdown on medical stuff and all the things that we like to talk about amongst all of our circles. So he has told me that there is probably some content that we'll be able to post for either Ride Along or Bulletin, because he went out on our Bulletin media creds.
Yep.
So he was like, I owe it to you. I'm going to get you some sort of thing to put on your channels. I'm like, you don't have to do that, because you have your own channels and you should promote yourself. And he's like,
Yep.
No, I'm going to do it. I'm like, okay, well, we'll put something out. So he's been keeping an eye out for some cool stuff out there.
He did message me while he was there, and told me some of the tactics he used when interacting with some of the companies. And it was like he took little pieces of things I do. I don't know if what he told me about you could call causing chaos, which is something I have a reputation for, or for puppet mastering people into doing what I want. Because what he was doing was a little bit of both. And I was like, damn, I'm fucking proud of this dude. I'm not going to spoil it because if the world knows about it, then it tends to not work. But I know he was keeping in touch with me, and I actually feel bad about not being able to go because it was Jonathan's first SHOT Show.
Me too.
My buddy Yan from Patriot Smoke and Omega Arms, it was his first SHOT Show, and at one point he's like, "Hey, where are you going to be at 12:45?" And I was like, "Same place I've been all day, working on my shop." I took a picture of me in the new shop, and he was like, "You're not here?" I'm like, "Oh no." Sorry. Well, dude, if I had been there, I'd have linked up with you way before this.
If only the U.S. Postal Service gave you a true estimate, you might have been in.
It wasn't the Postal Service; it was the
State Department.
The State Department. I mean, it almost seems like this was like the Hillary Clinton era State Department.
Hey, look who's another guy from SHOT Show is here. Shinde, hello, sir.
Oh yeah, Shin was out there. We chatted a little bit.
Yeah, I hear him, and I'm so thankful he was there because he did what we should have done for Jonathan, and he apparently shepherded him around for a couple of days and like introduced him to a bunch of people because Shinde knows everybody.
Yep. And I'd have done that for Jonathan for the 5 people that I know, but I wasn't there. It is my intent to make it there next year. My passport is good for 10 years, so the being able to fly should be squared away.
Yeah, I promise Jonathan I will be there with him next year. And you know what? Here's the thing. And I think we both say this like every year. It's not about the stuff. Like, I miss my friends, and sometimes this is the only time I get to see those friends for the year.
Yep. It's convenient because they all tend to pile together in the same hotel.
Yeah.
So, like you can see all of them or a good chunk of them because they all went there.
Mm-hmm.
And like, as I was talking to somebody last week, I said the cost of me like getting in my truck and driving to visit all those people would be $15,000.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd spend all year driving around the country just to visit my friends. So it's much easier if we all spend like $800 and go to Las Vegas.
Right.
I mean, it'd be better if we picked somewhere else. I hate Las Vegas, but I get it. I wish they'd pick Baltimore.
Yeah.
I just randomly picked Baltimore because I can drive there.
Indianapolis has a really nice convention center.
It does. It's probably not big enough.
No, but it's super convenient, like for us East Coasters.
It certainly would be. Oh, look, Glitter Ink Ammo is on the live chat. I have not seen hide nor hair of my other moderator in some time.
Yeah, me neither. I have to share stories with her because she's into the medical stuff too. Last I checked.
Yes, Adam Hall, you should come out as well and come to your first SHOT Show.
Yes, let's make it a big thing. Let's get everybody out to their first SHOT Show and just make it the SHOT Shit Show chat.
Yep. It sounds like a Viceroy job. To organize all that.
It does.
Yeah. All right, so on to the SHOT Show. What if there was one thing that you had heard about or seen about or whispers of, what is the thing that sticks out most to you that you'd have liked to be able to check out had we actually made it?
For me, absolutely 100%. The one thing I would have wanted to see in person, which is stupid because it'll be on store shelves soon enough. And it's a big name and you can read all about and see all the pictures. You don't really need to see it in person, but the EOTech new optics, like the pistol optic and the rifle optic. Why?
They have a bunch of magnified new optics too. I don't
And
know fuck all about those.
yeah, I don't care. I love. I'm an EOTech fanboy. Like I love EOTech on a rifle. Like I think that's my favorite optic to use. And the fact that they were finally coming out with an optic with a rheostat and a and shake awake and you know, the things that every other manufacturer has made like the last 15 years is
Agreed. The one thing that I would like to have checked out, and I had two different people swing by the booth and take pictures of it because they knew I was interested. But I wasn't going to ask him to fucking make videos comparing things, and you know, because I'm not a jack off. But so they no longer have like the frame for the window and then the hood. It's just one piece, kind of like a pistol optic is.
Yep.
And I don't know if that means the whole thing is smaller or the window is bigger or neither one of those happened.
Yeah, maybe it's somewhere an awkward transition of somewhere in between.
And I was like, oh, I you know, if I was in the booth, I could pick one up of each and like line them up and go, oh, okay. Because really any of those are fine. If nothing has changed, it's fine. If the window got bigger, great. If the optic got smaller, great.
Yeah.
I was just curious. But yeah, all those features I'm totally digging. So I assume the price is going to be highly exorbitant.
Oh yeah, I think MSRP is like $9.99.
And you know what's funny? I bought an EOTech 512. I think it's 512. The AA model, not night vision. It didn't have a night vision button on it.
Mm-hmm.
So way back in and it didn't have the quick release lever. It was the bolt on. I had to put it on a LaRue riser way back then. I bought it for brand new, like from Brownells for like $312. And now they're $800.
Mm-hmm.
The guts of that thing ain't much fucking different. I'm just, that's a big price increase over the years.
Yeah, that's some inflation right there for sure. I honestly, if I had to guess, I'm thinking the overall shell has gotten smaller. It looks sleeker, right? Like it. I'm like I don't know if I do like the original EOTech look, but they took like the look of everything over the last 10 years and started like, oh, let's chamfer all the edges and make it pointy and like whatever. But it looks slimmer. But that might be just the aesthetics talking. I'm not 100% sure. But
yeah, we'll know because we'll get to put hands on.
Somebody's gonna bring
it in the house.
Yeah.
And he said he was stoked about the OD Green Magpul stuff.
Yes.
And me too. Well, PMags. Because the OD furnitures never went away. But like 5 or 6 different PMags. I don't even remember. I didn't look to see what all they were. But I will be getting some M3 windowed PMags in OD Green. I do windowed Gen 3 mags as my with go time ammo and M2 non-windowed mags as my range mags, so that I don't inadvertently grab a mag full of like TCX and run some drills and be like, hey, there was $65 worth of ammo. So the window and Gen 3, like it's easy for me to go, hey, that's not for range time.
Yeah.
So I'll be getting some green ones to add as I basically every time I buy more of Defiant ammo, I buy magazines to put it into.
Mm-hmm.
So I buy 3 boxes of ammo, or gets me 60 rounds, and I buy 2 magazines.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing too. Every once in a while, buy some TCX and get some magazines for it, and just keep stacking them. But
yep,
I just love the idea of a magazine that I don't have to put a base coat on.
Yeah, I'm digging. I've been doing a bunch of the brown ones, medium coyote tan. I guess they got another brown too, but whatever. Like, just not black is really all I was looking for.
Oh, I wonder what the green will look like lasered.
I know. So here's something I haven't even told you this yet. So I lasered the tan and the olive drab dust covers.
Mm-hmm.
the adult dust covers. And I finally decided to do some black ones for some friends who really wanted black. The black dust cover is not made out of the same plastic as the magazines, and I could not get any color change on anything I tried. I've lasered front, inside, and outside 4 ejection port covers, like they're 100% covered, and no color change.
That's strange.
But the tan, it's the exact same settings as I use on the tan PMags. In the green, I use the same settings as the tan PMags.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't change it, tried it, and it worked. So in my mind, it'll work well on the OD mags, the same as the tan, like those settings should work. But as it turns out, I can't be sure of that because the green magazine and the green ejection port might not be the same plastic, even though the tan ones are.
Mm-hmm.
So
we'll just have to figure it out when we get one.
Here's the sad part. The ejection port cover costs the same amount of money as a PMag. They're both like $10. And you get like 1 inch by 3 inches to practice on.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, you burn through those quick. Like everything is real small. Like I'm just doing, the word test over and over, all over it.
And you can't even do the trick that you can do with the magazines. Because the magazines, technically, like you could always take a mag and slice it down the middle.
And do the inside.
Use the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, nope. The ejection port cover, much less to practice on. So side note for anybody out there with a fiber laser. So your big thing is the EOTech optics. You said optics plural because there's also the E-Flex that's enclosed.
Yes, which is a footprint that can be used on multiple, like the Delta Point Pro / RMSC footprint, and the typical what's the RMR footprint, like the larger gun footprint.
Yeah.
The fact that they made one that is going to live across both is like huge. Like,
well, last year they only I should say last year. I did talk to him last year about this particular thing that we're discussing now, and they told me to fuck off. But the open emitter was only for the Delta Point footprint.
Right.
And in the Delta Point footprint, apparently where the screws are at and where the lugs are at is exactly the same as the RMS. But the Delta Point front to back is bigger. So you could put a RMS optic in a Delta Point footprint, but you couldn't do the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, you mean all those guns that come with a RMS footprint? You didn't make an optic that fits those, and no gun comes with a Delta Point footprint.
Mm-hmm.
You all are retarded. And they're like, well, if you just buy the adapter plate, and I was like, plates, yeah, okay. Like they didn't get that the plate thing was already a bad idea the day it was released. Oh, speaking of which, new information. I don't know if this has been, it's not super relevant to SHOT, but someone at SHOT has started collecting that was there, who shall remain nameless at this point, has collected me or is collecting me some extra data or working on it. And but the new Gen 6 mounting system with the little plastic washers that go under the optic, 5 witnessed screws shearing on Gen 6 Glocks. That Glock's so new, I haven't seen one in person yet.
Where at range day they had sheared bolts or whatever?
I'm not sure where they have happened.
Okay.
But up to 5, and they were going to start putting their feelers out to see if more folks have experienced that. But I found a guy that did a short video. I'll send it to you, Mike, when we're done here. Guy took a Gen 6 Glock and was dropping the little plastic spacers in that come with it. They're all real loose in the gun. And then they were putting different optics on top of it. And admittedly, like they didn't screw them down, but it had front to back and side to side play.
Mm-hmm.
So when you screw it down, that means the only thing absorbing the recoil is the screws because it's
Right.
not touching anything else.
There's no mechanical
Yeah.
like securing. It's
Yep.
just sheer force of the screws.
So I don't got a lot of high hopes for that. However, I also know the aftermarket people are already working on something to make it more solid. I don't know what that answer is going to be, but you know, that's what those companies do. That's where there are companies out there that their whole bread and butter is getting rid of like the MOS system and doing something better. So,
I mean, one of our favorite companies in the world, XS Sights, has made their bread and butter off of replacing the bullshit things that Glock puts on their pistols because they don't care. They just they're like, yeah, that's cool. We're Glock. Fuck you.
yeah, we'll still buy it.
They're like, oh, you don't like the mounting system? Get a different one.
Yeah.
You're still gonna buy it.
Oh, speaking of the mounting system, so the what the fuck are they call? Is Aimpoint call that?
Oh, the Koa?
Koa.
Yeah.
So they made a huge announcement. Aimpoint did. Available across way more gun brands, and then listed none. They had a press release saying that they were expanding outside of just Glock, and then listed no companies that are going to offer it. Again, it seems like it could be pretty cool. I have no beef about it, but what terrible fucking marketing.
Yeah, like
guys, if you ain't got someone else on board, just hold off on the press release.
Yeah, you should probably line up a few, a few names like that you could put at the announcement.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't realize their Aimpoint, and like if they just pick up the phone and call, oh, I don't know, Smith and Wesson, Walther, CZ, like they'll all be like, oh yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. I mean, SIG won't do it because they have their own proprietary one, but
yeah, actually, their proprietary one looks pretty slick too. But nobody is going to offer that outside of SIG because it pushes money into SIG's pockets. Like pushing money into Aimpoint's pockets is great if you're a pistol manufacturer because Aimpoint don't make pistols.
right.
But it doesn't. You wouldn't do that for SIG because you don't want the SIG pistol division to make money because you're offering something for their optic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting. The SHOT Show announcement from Aimpoint was mildly baffling to me.
Oh, there was one other thing that I was scrolling through today that I saw on a list of things that were shown at SHOT Show that I'd be like, that would be cool to see. Nothing we would ever see in person, or well, let me put it this way: nothing I would ever hope to see in person. So apparently, I think it's Colt put out a Mark 47 drone, like a drone that has a Mark 47 grenade launcher attached to it. I'm like, first off, how has that not happened already? Because it seems like it's a portable enough weapons platform to put on a super large drone, which they did, and it is terrifying. But I'd kind of want to see that in person.
I would like to see a range demo of that.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. Like they should just stop all of range day and just do that like during lunch and just be like, hey, we're gonna do a grenade launcher demo from the sky. It's raining death.
Speaking of rain, I did not ask anybody at range day if it rained this year.
So my reports say the 1 year we don't go, the weather was beautiful and not windy.
Well, maybe we're the catalyst. I didn't go to range day last year. I was there and didn't go.
And it was still cold and windy last year.
All right, so it isn't just me.
No, I think it's me.
Could be.
I'm the common denominator in that.
All right, so let's see what else we got on our list of stuff. I know this one we both find interesting, even if it doesn't particularly apply to us individually. Disco 32, their constant able push to talk, they now offer it with dual radio leads coming into it, and then the single lead coming up to your ear pro. which could have saved hundreds and hundreds of dollars on dual com Peltors.
Yeah.
But now that I have dual com Peltors, I'm not going back to a single just to use the new Disco push to talk. But man, what a great solution. I don't know the price on it, but it's cheaper than Compact 6s.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be more expensive than the Constantable, but like I'm gonna have to be reaching out to my contacts over there and being like, "Hey, so you gonna let me check one of them out?" Because
you're a dealer. You're a dealer. Like
yeah, I've sold a lot of those Constantables this year. Like selling radios. I mean, like it's been pretty constant. People seem to like radios, which is weird. They like buying them.
It's great that you're able to keep the orders constant.
Yeah. But that was one of those ones where like they just slyly put it on their Instagram before SHOT Show. Like,
yeah,
shoot out a message to your dealers and like people like will like let us know it's coming.
Yeah, because they missed an opportunity for their dealer network to also push the word out.
Right. But yeah, I think that's pretty. I mean, I'm a big fan of being able to expand your comms. So like having something like that means like maybe for an extra 100, 150, whatever the upsell is on it, or price difference, I should say. It means that you don't have to invest. Like you can get that one thing and then expand it later, right? Yeah. As opposed to like Comtax, where it's like you're buying a ton of capability, and like you're really wasting a lot of it if like you're not running two radios.
Yep.
So the push to talk is a bit easier to swallow in terms of something that you're like, oh, maybe I'll get one of those, because it's like really I guess it's usually as expensive as a radio sometimes, but like having that is something that's you could swap that out. I think that's pretty smart, and just to be able to have the ability to go dual comms is great. And I really like the fact that they put that out there, because it kind of blunts the remember last year we were the Comtac 8s.
Yes.
Because they had changed the way they're doing all of their dual comms from now on. So instead of having dual leads for Comtacs on all like the newer models moving forward, they're using a new pin output, which is like another ring in the pin, which is cool because like, hey, if you can get all the information through one lead, hey, that's one less thing. But it means that all the push to talks that have ever been made are no longer going to work.
Yep.
And if you're not doing dual comms, then if you're using older, single com push to talks, you'll never be able to have dual comms. So this I think is a great solution in terms of like, oh well, we'll just have the switchiness happen in the PTT,
which the footprint doesn't look like it's much bigger. So if you never use the second one,
right?
Yeah, I was pretty stoked that they were doing that, and I remember those guys saying last year, like, they personally were bigger fans of if you're running dual comms, two radios with two push to talks on like alternate sides of your body, so you're always using the correct one. And I said, yeah, me too, because I've already invested in the ability to do that. But if I could go back in time and save a lot of money, I might be interested in that.
Mm-hmm. Now, the only thing, and this is minor, that the only thing that I don't think that's going to afford, like this solution, and I have to double check it. I don't think it's going to have the, hey, if I'm hearing the radio in this ear, it's this radio. If I'm hearing the radio in this ear, it's this radio, which I think is actually the best.
That is pretty sweet.
Like that, to me, that's almost worth the cost of the getting the more Peltors and a second push to talk, because it really helps cut down on like confusion as to who's talking on what radio at what time.
Yep.
But that's easily mitigated by training and just understanding which radio is doing what at what time, because most of the times you're going to have different comms happening on different radios. You're going to know which one's on which. So
especially if people are using proper radio etiquette.
Exactly.
Hey, you, this is me. All right, now I know who I'm talking to.
Yes. Oh, they're on the command net, or they're on the TAC net, or they're
Right.
on the talk around, or whatever. But yeah, that's
I knew we would both be pretty stoked about that.
mm-hmm.
I had some notes here. John mentioned the olive drab PMags. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The Arkin, who isn't Arkin the company that made the Garmin knockoff chronograph? Is that? Oh, that's Athlon.
Athlon.
All right. So I don't know who Arkin is, but they're making something called the Target Lock 3000. It's a laser rangefinder. It fits on your gun. It's got a little digital readout in the back. What's interesting, I thought about it. There's like 3 aspects I thought were pretty interesting. One, it's got a visible laser, so you can zero it. Since it's mounted to your gun, you'd want to zero it to your optic because you're not lasing it through the unit.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I can see why that exists. But the 2 things I thought were really cool, one was the digital readout. If you rotate it, so if it's on your top of your rail, the digital readout reads this way. If you just move the system to the left, it changes all the text so that you're not stuck keeping it on the top. Because the only gun I have I want a laser rangefinder on, anything on the top rail blocks part of the optic. Like I don't run like a Hydra mount with a 14 power scope on it. So I don't have a lot of room. Like the scope outer ring is only like this much higher than the top rail of the gun because, the bell is large. So I was like, I'd want to put that on the side. And the fact that all the shit that you see that gives you inclination, level, and range.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, that's really cool that you don't have to even do anything. Just if it's on its side, if you flip it to the other side, it turns 180 degrees. So it's like, that's pretty neat. Here's the thing I thought was best. It's going to be under $600.
Oh, that's nice.
I was like, oh, now color me intrigued. And it looks about the size of like a Trinity laser. Like that the box looks like the size. That was an item that I thought was pretty interesting. The other 2 things I thought were interesting that I would have liked to have seen it shot are more about people and events than isn't the Archon optics Don Edward liked? Maybe. I don't know. I'd asked Don if I was there because I always see Don at shot, but so do you have any other items you want to just throw out there, or do we want to talk about people?
There's one which isn't really. It's kind of the opposite of saying I think it's cool. It's it's in the category of like why? Like this is stupid. Like apparently the FN announced a new scar. Like they just announced like 2 months ago they're getting rid of the scar. Like no more scars, and everyone went and like like DMR guys out there for you could hear the cries of anguish throughout history of them being like, I love that thing, and all of the optics out there going yay because
we can live.
Yeah. And then apparently like they announced a new scar, and I'm like, oh, so you didn't really get rid of it, you just updated it.
So here's my thought. If you're going to release a second generation of something, you have 2 choices for the first generation of to like move whatever you have left. You can blow it out, or you cannot mention the second generation and just say you're canceling the first one.
Oh, true.
And create some artificial demand for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Adam Hall says High Point suppressors. I didn't know High Point is making suppressors, but you know who is? Lyman. Lyman makes like reloading stuff, and they're making suppressors that are going to retail for like $199. Centerfire rifle cans, $200. Pistol cans, $200. Rimfire cans, $200. Uh, they're like screw together, no welds. Obviously, they're machined. They're not like flow through or any of that kind of stuff. $200. Uh, I don't need one. Like a lot of things, I like good shit. But there's going to be a lot of people that can get into cans because they can get a Lyman suppressor for $200 and $0 tax stamps. Like I thought that was pretty cool. I have no idea how good the suppressors are, what the fuck they're made out of. I want to say like somebody, not anyone, just like someone on the interweb said that aluminum housing with stainless baffles, but $200. Like that's awesome that like more people, because I'm getting so elitist now. When people come to the range and they don't have a can, I think poorly of them.
I think the can market's going to be changing a lot, especially with like what people can do at home nowadays. Like if it's no money to create a tax stamp to manufacture stuff, because I literally just today got approval for Form 1 to make an SBR, which I know is different than the manufacturing of a suppressor, but I'm just saying, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, and the fact that like 3D printers are what they are nowadays, and the fact that like all these filaments and things that are changing and being more robust and more heat resistant and all these things, like I've already seen reports of people running like 22 cans that they'll run off of a 3D printer, get like all legally, like nothing out of sorts, like nothing outlawish, and doing the full process of like getting a full on thing. And it's like that's gonna, like, okay, yeah, maybe it only lasts a couple hundred rounds. I mean, 22, it might even last longer than that, but what, for the cost of filament and time, just dispose.
Well, Glock's been making plastic suppressors for like 30 years.
Right.
And they last like 3 mags worth. And they're like $15 in Europe, where you don't need a tax stamp. Because so many places require you can only shoot suppressed.
Right.
So Glock makes a disposable suppressor. They've been doing it for a long time. Now that tax stamps are free, if you can print your own, which, I mean, Glock's probably injection molding theirs, but if you could, print one at the house, why not just be putting a tax stamp in every week?
Right.
When you hit print, when the tax stamp comes back, you hit print and just keep that system going. At the end of the year, you made 52 cans and use them up. Why not?
So Adam, approval. So I submitted a form. Actually, so I did a Form 1. It was an SBR on January 4th. It was like January 3rd or 4th, like that, and it came today. But I was using a trust, so I would bet that it probably would have came back even sooner if I was doing an individual.
I've seen some 4 to 8 day returns from folks reporting. So that's good. I'm going to do, we're supposed to get fucking 18,000 inches of snow. So when I'm not shoveling over the course of the next couple days, I'm going to SBR like 9 rifles and a SBS, a shotgun. I'm going to SBS my Shockwave.
This might be the year I get a Shockwave just so I can SBS it. I've wanted one for so long. Like I got to make it happen.
I got one, and after I got it, I'm not going to use it for the purpose I thought I would, because it was going to be my anti-boarding gun. Like,
right.
It's a lot of fucking gun that you can wield around the cab of a truck real easy. The problem is I ain't leaving it in the truck, which means I got to carry a fucking Shockwave with me in and out of the house. And then I eventually just went, I'm just leaving it in the bathroom downstairs. Crutcher did a SBS January 12th. TG 1983. I bet you that's Tone Capone. He's wearing the same gay hoodie.
Oh, Tony. Tony, I need to reach out to you, sir. My wife needs a favor, and I want to ask you if you have some connections for Music Fest.
Oh, he does have connections at Music Fest.
Yeah.
VIP status and whatnot.
Yeah, my wife's in a band, and she's her band is very good, and they're putting in like an actual campaign this year so that they can make it to Music Fest. Like they're doing the full packet. They're doing a music video in a couple of weeks, and they're trying to do a full court press on like impressing some people. So I told her, I'm like, I know a guy who might know people over there. So I was like, I'll reach out to him, and then totally forgot to reach out to him.
There you go. What were we just talking about before that?
Suppressors.
Oh yes. Suppressor wise, other than the Lyman's, nobody's reported anything back from Shot about anything like mind blowing.
Well,
there probably is some stuff, but
I saw some weird looking suppressors in some photos related to Sons of Liberty.
Did you? I did not.
Oh, you didn't get those? Well, then I don't want to speak out of turn then, but I got some, and I don't know how public those are, but
oh, I know who you got them from then.
Weird looking shit.
Cool. I also don't think I asked anyone to be on the lookout for any can related news either. And like, I'm probably terrible at this, because at this point, when someone talks about cans, my first question is it a cat? And if it isn't, my interest diminishes quite a bit. Not because I'm like brand loyal, because everything they fucking touch is golden. And I was like, well, if somebody else is doing something, Cat's just going to do it better. So why don't I just wait for that? But so I like all the other things that are happening, I kind of shrug off and I'll just wait for Cat to do something similar. Mm-hmm. So I'm terrible to talk to about cans now, other than for me to tell everyone, if you don't have one, stop being a piece of shit and get off my range.
I mean, there really are no excuses anymore. Like and I feel like we can sit on our high and mighty horses and be like, back in our day,
I had to wait 2 years and 10 days for a can.
I had to like, $1,500 of my money gets locked up into jail. And then, you finally get it someday and you're like, oh shit, now I need to find a gun to put this on. Like everything happened completely out of order. Today, you'd be like, oh, I got to wait 14 days.
Yeah, you're more likely to have to wait longer for the can to come in.
Yeah.
Because nobody's got anything in fucking stock.
Yeah. It's amazing how like just the reduction of cost of $200, which really in the grand scheme of things is, for a long time, that's maybe 20% the cost of a can, right? Yeah. Like most cans that anybody who is investing time in making cans was usually putting out like $1,000 cans. So like really it was 20% of the cost, but like it's crazy how like as soon as the time factor goes down, the value of the cans drops, because that was it just shows that the true value was not the money. It was the time, the investment, yep. the fact that you couldn't get it right away and that you had to like make a decision now for something that you're not going to regret 24 months from now.
Yeah, when you're like, oh, 5 new things have come out way cooler than the one I bought.
Which is honestly what, like, so I've heard differing opinions on like the state of cans. Like people are like, oh, the market's shit. It's gonna go. It's imploding. There's no money to be made. There's nothing like the whole world's gonna end on cans. And I'm like, actually, I don't believe that, because I think what it's allowing us to do is see disposable income and impulse buying on cans, and that means that you don't have to make so much of a marketing play. You can make an actual value play on performance and value versus just like name recognition, because that's all the can market was before. How many players were there? Like 10? Oh, Surefire, OSS,
Silence Co, Gemtech.
Yep. Like you can literally a dozen names were like 90% of the market.
Yep.
and now it's like you have manufacturers everywhere putting out stuff, and it's like you can have somebody that's like, oh well, yeah, they're really like Cat. Like, granted, they got into it when the prices were still high and the stamps were still going, but like, you know, they can legitimately make a play on value, or not cost value, but like, oh, they perform really well
Yeah.
in both weight, structure.
And since at this point, those like 12 big names that were around, that ran everything, I don't hear a fucking peep out of any of them.
No, they're hoping that everything settles down and that they get to coast still, because
Yeah.
they're probably looking at shuttering.
All
Like,
the newest, coolest things are small companies by comparison. Like
yeah,
you look at Surefire, Knights, like two of the most expensive fucking can companies known to man. They have nothing on performance to like 20 other companies that even gun people are like, I haven't heard of them. This company. And you're like, yep, well, they blow everything out of the water for those $3,000 cans that you have heard of.
yeah, and not to mention they're all that, like, so many of those cans are being built by the same manufacturers anyway. Because like, for
Yeah,
how
when it comes to printing, there ain't a lot of printers out there.
yeah, but like I mean, Dead Air being a good example. We both know I have like a whole story, a backstory of doing stuff with Dead Air, but like, even for a while before they brought production in house, they were shipping everything out to a different manufacturer who was actually they were just licensing the manufacturer, or I should say, contracting the
Yeah.
manufacturer. Just like everybody, like a bunch of other companies were probably going to the same manufacturer to, like, make cans to a spec. And it's like they're all being made by, but now with it expanding out, people can invest the time and money to, like, create, you know, bespoke cans. I think it's good. I'm a big fan of competition. I think
I love where it is at this very moment. What's funny is I've seen a bunch of videos in the last 10 days or so about somebody's trying to put a rider onto the next continuation bill to make the tax stamp like $4,700. That would be what they did was they said $200 in 1934 is $4,700 now. So that's what Congress intended in 34. I'm just trying to take it back with what their intent was. I was like, bullshit. You hate guns. You hate gun owners. You're a communist piece of shit. But he at least found like an avenue to explain why he picked like $4,716.42. Twofold. One, that should show you how fucking the government has fucked us all on inflation, because that's what the difference. But once Congress realized that in any budget bill they can change that number, means that this $0 thing we're looking at right now is the least permanent thing ever to do with guns.
Yeah.
Like, it is as temporary as the number of votes in Congress at the moment. And like Gun Owners of America and FPC, maybe even NRA, they're all in that big bill to like ditch the NFA, because their argument is, well, if the tax is $0, it's no longer collecting revenue, so the bill should be squashed. Well, before the government allows the NFA to go away because they oopsied it down to $0, they'll put it back up,
Right.
so that it only goes away if they want it to go away, which they don't. So like, they're going to change it before that lawsuit gets in front of a jury or in front of a judge. Like, nobody will be able to make a finding or issue an opinion on whether the NFA should exist because of the $0, because they'll nix the $0.
Yeah, which will not probably expedite, but it'll make a stronger case in the long run for it being unconstitutional in the first place, because it's the same ruling as oh man, what the hell was the damn thing? The one that brought Kerry to New Jersey.
Bruin.
The same thing as the Bruin decision, where it's like, on its face, like, historically, you can't ban stuff based off of arbitrary numbers and stuff like that. So like, and it's a de facto banning through taxation, which is also just bullshit. So,
all right, back to SHOT Show.
Yes.
I got the two interesting things. One I mentioned to you earlier before we got live. The other one I did not, because it just didn't come up. I almost forgot about it until I looked through my notes. The people involved things. Apparently, I'm going to say apparently because it wasn't there. It's not firsthand knowledge. But apparently, Rare Breed Triggers was walking around SHOT Show floor, issuing cease and desist letters to every manufacturer that had anything resembling an assisted fire type trigger, including companies that have had patents on like binary type triggers for decades before Rare Breed was even a company. They issued those people cease and desist as well. And while that's a big pile of bullshit, and the part I wanted to discuss was the rumor has it that NSSF hunted down Lawrence and the big fat guy, I think is the lawyer, and kicked him out of SHOT Show and revoked their badges. And if that was the case, I chuckle. I chuckle when when these jackboots who just do the government's bidding for them get like a little bit of justice served their way. It tickles me pink. I've had the slightest interaction with Lawrence way before Rare Breed was a company, back when he owned a t-shirt company. And I will tell you, I did not find his actions to be honorable then. And so I'm not shocked by any of his shit now, and which is even more reason for me to chuckle at any grief that he's been caused.
Yeah, I mean, what a fall from, not grace, but like he had a lot of goodwill behind him for a while.
Like, oh yeah, like I didn't like the man and was rooting for him, cheering for him, saying good things about, like, what can we do to help? Like, we all should be behind this guy.
Yeah.
And now right back to where we're on square one.
Yeah.
But the other thing that I thought was kind of cool, I did not know this was even a thing, but did you know there is an organization out there called the Corey Taylor Foundation? And the Corey Taylor Foundation had a booth at SHOT Show. And the Corey Taylor Foundation, it is to assist people with dealing with PTSD.
Really?
Yeah. Huh. So I know it's not really like necessarily like ingrained in the gun world, but a lot of people that go to SHOT Show come from backgrounds where there's a lot of PTSD. And the fact that that Corey Taylor has this organization and that they recognized, hey, there's a lot of dudes that have seen a lot of ugly things that also come to this trade show. We're going to go to the trade show to try to reach those people, or reach the people that reach those people. And I was like, man, that's pretty fucking cool, because that dude's a fucking rock star and doesn't need to be bothered with any of that.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was pretty cool, and I'd missed an opportunity to meet Corey Taylor.
That I would be bummed about. Like he's like by far like one of my favorite singers of all time.
And like in interviews and stuff, he seems pretty all right. Like I don't know what he is like as a person, to his friends and family. I have no fucking clue, but he interviews well. Like I chuckle and stuff, and so I was like, oh, that would be cool to meet him. And I missed it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you got anything else on your list there?
Not really. I mean, there was a couple of things from some articles I saw. Like, I don't know. Like, apparently, what is MIM? MIM's how they make the
metal injection molding.
Metal injection mold. That's how they make like SIG or the 365 fire control units, right?
Yep.
I saw some mentions that like there's some companies putting out MIM MIM created casings for ammunition.
Oh,
which I've never seen before. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Have no idea what it means, but I guess it's part of this whole like new trend of like bimetal and stronger material jackets, or not jackets, casings for like higher pressure rounds and stuff.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it was just like,
I saw Magpul has a pocket knife that has a MIM blade.
oh really?
Yep.
That seems superfluous.
I don't know if the cost is less. MIM doesn't have the greatest reputation in the world.
Right.
So I was curious that was a selling point for them, whereas some places, Kimber likes to hide the fact that some of their parts are MIM'd. So I was shocked at Magpul's like, hey, look what we did. I was like, interesting. Now I want to check it out.
And the only other thing I had was if you look it up, there's a thing called the Magpul folding defensive platform. Which,
yeah, that thing's been around for like 15 years.
Oh, has it? Okay. I don't know.
Like the prototype they showed at SHOT Show was like back at least 10 years ago when I was at Tactical Response. And they had like the one there. And last year, I think they said they were going to work with Zev on it. And then we never heard anything again.
And while I don't think it's practical in the slightest, it has it has some serious 80s vibes to it that just tickles me to no end. Like, honestly, so like if I can make a list of things, like this kind of falls into that category. And like, if there's anything that I wish I was at SHOT Show to see that I don't know, like, it's like, I don't know what's there, but I know I would want to go look at it, is like the PSA booth. Because the last couple of years they've had fun stuff to look at, like your concept guns. Like, that's one of my favorite. Like, I don't care really about like what gets produced, the new Glock Gen 6 or like the new, God forbid SIG put out another version of the 365. What are they on, the Opal or like the Magnum? I don't even know. Like,
who knows?
Like the Flux, is that a thing?
Well, there is a Flux Raider for the 360.
Oh, but like they have all these names and like different sizes. I'm like,
the Fuse.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just want the standard, like, I just 365. You know, like I got as far as the macro, and I'm like, okay, I don't need anything other than this.
You know, I actually thought of a product driving yesterday that I thought would be awesome if SIG made. Take a macro mold, like the where the injection mold the grip, but instead of making it into a frame, make it into an AR-15 grip. So basically, I'd be taking a macro and they'd be like solidifying the top so it could, with a hole in it, so I could screw it into an AR-15, because I really like that fucking grip. Like, it's the right size, it's the right angle. Like, I'd put that on a rifle.
If we can maybe 3D print that. But like, so there's this whole category of things, like, I don't know what I would see, but I'm sure I would see something. PSA delivers on that in a fun way. Like, they had the MP7 at home, or like, the whatever they called it last year, where it was like, it was a 5.7, but it was basically like an MP7. It's like, I'm like, I'll never need one of those, but it's cool. And then they had a bunch of, like, they had a shotgun, and they had like the 50 cal, the poor man's Barrett, basically. So I was like, okay, I miss being there to see those types of things. You know what? And there's even the absurd stuff where I'm like, that is the stupidest thing ever, where I wish I was there to see it. Like all the Kel-Tec nonsense that they always put out with, like, stripper clip fed rotating barrel.
The fun things that we would talk about and then never pay any mind to again.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like, the things that we can literally walk around and go, that is the stupidest thing I've ever, like the tourniquets in pants. And
and the drop leg tourniquet.
Yeah, drop leg tourniquets. Like, that was one thing I asked Jonathan when I talked to him this week. I'm like, have you seen any ridiculous tourniquets while you're out there? He's like, no, I haven't seen any. I'm like, the 1 year we don't see ridiculous tourniquets.
Yeah, this is the year we brought our primary medic.
I did see ridiculous tourniquets at EMS World Expo, but that's besides the point.
Well, you're more, I would say you're more likely to see them there. More people are going to bring tourniquets,
right?
But generally, I would hope those people are more tuned into what a tourniquet should do, because a lot of people in the gun world aren't, and they're like,
Well,
so we're gonna make these pants with tourniquets in the cuffs, so you can tourniquet your ankle, and then we're gonna put another tourniquet at right above the knee, and then another one up at the thigh. And you're like, dude, your pants weigh 43 pounds because the thing that makes it tight is from a ratchet strap. So you've got a pair of pants with 6 metal ratchet strap buckles. I feel like I'm Michael Jackson or something with all this metal.
Start walking around like a Katanica rep, you know?
Oh man.
Oh,
My Battlestar Galactica pants.
Molly on everything.
Oh wow.
But you know, that's what I miss is it, like from a product standpoint is seeing like, you know, absurd things or things I'm like, oh, I never thought about that, but that could be fun, you know? Like see, the first time I saw a jackal at you know, I've never shot one.
Yep.
Nobody's ever brought one to a class, but it doesn't mean that I don't think the PSA jackal is like something I want to mess with because it's in that category of like, oh, that's a cool form factor, and it's a whole platform of stuff.
I had one here.
Did you?
Hello.
Oh,
I lasered it for SBR. It
yeah,
was I only had the bottom half, so
yeah.
all right. Well then I guess we could do the two regular segments, even though it's an irregular show, and then the training announcements. I have 2 of those.
Oh, nice.
I haven't even told you about them yet either.
Oh,
Mostly because we just haven't talked a lot in the last few days. Been a busy couple of days.
mm-hmm.
The last time we were together was not an awesome opportunity to discuss stuff.
No.
So, album of the week, self-titled Megadeth, was released today. It's a really good album. It has a lot of old school thrashy sound to it, but the bonus track, it is the last album Megadeth is ever recording. The bonus track, so the last song on the last album, Megadeth covered Metallica's Ride the Lightning, and it's fucking stellar. Like that is an awesome, it's the best cover of a Metallica song I've ever heard. It's almost kind of not a cover because Dave Mustaine co-wrote that when he was still in Metallica. So like even on Ride the Lightning, that version that, you know, James is singing, it still says written by James Hetfield, Dave Mustaine. So it's kind of a cover, but not a cover, but it is awesome. So that is I've been listening to it all day today. It was released today. Book of the week. Oh, wait, here. I can do this too. Copy. Give you guys the link. So if anybody wants to buy the album, I get my 5 cents for doing it. That is the link for the Megadeth album. It's an Amazon link. But the book of the week, I'll give you that one too. This is the first time I've listed a book of the week that was an audio book. I mean, there's a print book too, but I listened to it as an audio book, and it's called The 13th Tribe, and it's written by Arthur Kostler, not read by him. It couldn't be because the book was written in the 70s. It is an informative book that pretty much debunks the entire state of Israel. So I found it very interesting. And I actually went and ordered the print book because you can't highlight parts and take notes in an audio book. So I needed to spend $11 on the print book so I could write in the margins and shit. So those are the 2 regular parts. Now for the announcement parts. These could be interesting to some people. So folks out there might be aware I have a Patreon page where people sign up and they pay like a part shit per month and blah, 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 blah. The highest level of that is called the Warrior Lodge, costs $100 a month. And you get to come to any non-hosted training for free. You just pay whatever the consumable cost is. If there's a range fee or avgas, sim rounds, whatever. but no tuition. And it's very limited. There's a few number of spots. Well, there is a new version of the Warrior Lodge being released to the public on Sunday. It has already been released to the current Warrior Lodge people if they wanted to change their membership. It is the Warrior Lodge Inner Circle. It is a lifetime of Warrior Lodge. The first person to sign up pays $2,000, and they never pay for training again. The second person that signs up pays $2,100. The third person pays $2,200. So it is not capped. I don't care if 5,000 fucking people sign up for it. But it goes up $100 for each person that signs up. So I've had a few people from the monthly Warrior Lodge jump on it and sign up for that and change their status over. They got dibsies. Everybody else will have an opportunity on Sunday. It'll just be on the website. I don't know, wonder what category, probably specialty training, I guess. And like in the drop-down menu, it'll say like membership number 5, $2,500. I mean, I guess you could skip and go. You don't have to take the next one. You could go to one of the more expensive ones, but there's only one in stock of each one. So if it's not available, somebody already got it, and there you go. So that is the new thing. On that end, the other announcement is the only reason it's not on the website is because I'm still mulling over a fucking name. I'm usually really good with names, like coming up with cool names, and I'm drawing a fucking blank on this one. So
I can't believe you didn't call it the Mornival or some shit like that.
I was gonna, but that has its own thing. And you can only really have 4 of those because, you know, it's supposed to be kind of emblematic of the phases of the moon. So, but yeah, I'm just calling it the Inner Circle. That does have a 40K connotation if you know the inner workings of the First Legion. But the other thing is new workshops. So the working title for these are CSUT for Civilian Small Unit Tactics, or Citizen Small Unit Tactics. Sorry. Oh, I said civilian. Fucking slap me in the face. But that's only the working title. I still got to type up a bunch of shit for the website for it. So I have a couple days to sort the name of it out. But these workshops will be on the working schedule so far. We have the ambush package, the patrolling package, the raids package, the recon package, the medical package, the DMR package, and the fish package. So they are one-day workshops based around doing shit as a team with themes for each one. I believe we are looking at fucking thought I made a note somewhere. Oh, I bet you it's over here. Captions. Yes. Here, I'll just show it on the bottom. We have one in July, August, September, October, and November. Which I know you're like, but Gary, you listed 6 and have 5 months down there. I don't have a fish one on the schedule yet because I can't just pick a date and use it. I have to get it cleared with the shoot house. So I have to wait until Monday, assuming they're open during Snowmageddon. That's which dates I can put the fish package in there. And those will be a cool $100. So 1 day workshop, $100, and it'll be team oriented stuff. And I told everyone that we were going to do more 1 day stuff after June. And that's what it looks like through November. One of those we'll probably do in December for the fish one because it'd be cold and we don't want to go outside. So there you go. That is those announcements. It's buried so deep in this live chat, people probably will not know anything about it. There are only 8 people watching. So
yeah, awesome.
Oh, dude, SHOT Show. You know what we didn't talk about? The fucking ACAL is released.
Oh, yeah.
It's shipping.
Well, I mean, we talked about that 3 years ago.
Oh, I know. Every fucking year we talk about it. We finally have good news.
Oh my god. We should be able to see one in person. I can't wait to see. So I did a comparison between my Raid X and my SMS Trinity.
Yep.
And was like, oh god, nobody is ever gonna need to spend money on, like, lambs again. And then I can't wait to see what the ACAL looks like, because like fuck all those high end ones. Like, I love the fact, like, the Raid's nice, but fuck off, Wilcox, like, and B Myers, and
Mm-hmm.
who are well, EOTech makes one.
And it's also $8 trillion.
Yeah, they're all stupid. Like, fuck off. Like, it's finally the time has come.
And what's interesting to me is, so like the Trinity seems like hot shit. We can't really comment on the durability of it yet. That will show itself when it shows itself.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like there's a new B.E. Myers one out that's supposed to be fucking, the Rolls Royce of lambs. We don't know what its reliability is like, but they have a reputation that it'll probably be pretty good. But what got me was comparing a Maul, a Raid, and a Z-Bolt IR illuminator. The Z-Bolt IR Vixel IR illuminator was way better. I shouldn't say way better. You could notice easily that it had more ass and better illumination than the two that cost a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The Z-Bolt LED IR illuminator is about equal to a Maul and a Raid. So my assumption on the ACAL is the Vixel illuminator that I have standalone on my rifle is going to be the same IR illuminator performance that's in the ACAL. It seems like it would be. So if you get IR illuminator performance that you can just look at the two and go, oh, that one's better, and it costs half of the price, I'm stoked about that. I just need to, we know someone that has one on order and it has a tracking number. We just need it to get in his hands, and then basically he won't even open the box for 3 or 4 weeks, so we have to drive down there and take it.
True.
And I'm not against that.
Me neither.
I will make the drive. It's like a 2-hour drive. I will make the drive just to go steal it and then go stand out in the cold in the snow.
Yeah. And, like, shaking. Like,
yep. Can't even light a fire to get warm because it kind of throws off using the night vision. But
yeah.
I did get a new puffer jacket that's really nice. In fact, you got the same puffer jacket.
Sure, we should
wear matching jackets.
I'd be sweating my balls off right now.
Same. I am in the hottest room of the fucking house. I'm on the 3rd floor and heat rises, and there's a full-size radiator in like a 10 by 12 room. Like it's warm up here. Toasted. But yeah, the ACAL. I can't believe we fucking forgot to talk about it. I've been talking about it for 3 fucking years. So, and Cry has new knee pads I want to check out as well. Just whatever material they're made out of, it looks like they won't slide around on the ground if you're on your knees as much.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be as protective, but it's a cost of a pair of fucking knee pads. They're going to be probably like, well, they're Cry, so they're going to be like $50 instead of like the 30 that they should be. But I'm willing to spend $50 to get a better set of knee pads for my Cry pants. Right. And maybe for other pants too. Like I have some Ops Inc. pants that have built-in knee pads. I know a lot of people like some Patagonias, so it'd be cool if those fit in the other ones as well. I guess I got some elbow pads too, but I don't do elbow pads in my combat shirt. So, but I saw that on my notes and forgot to mention it earlier, along with the ACAL.
Mm-hmm.
Adam Hall says, "What puffer jacket?" Well, bro, I can tell you, but you're not gonna get one. It is the Kilo.
Yeah.
That's QILO. They do like super limited drop stuff. That's their whole business model, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But last year, the my size in the color of puffer that I wanted. They made 3, and it sold out like before I could put credit card info in. This year, I think in XL they made 5. I got one, so I was pretty stoked.
Yep, me too.
So there's like 8 in existence in my size, and I have one of them. I do like the idea of being able to flex, but it's not a cheap jacket, but it is really nice. And I really wish they would just make them and you could fucking buy them.
Yeah,
that would be way better than this limited drop bullshit.
Yeah, AOR2 is the best camo. I will die on that hill.
Yep, it's fucking awesome. I mean, you could get chocolate chip.
That is pretty awesome too.
Oh, that's another thing that just released, but it wasn't at SHOT Show. So I got this patch, this big name panel that glows in the dark, from Keystone Tactical Supply. They do laser cut patches here in PA. They have a new backing material. So this is, I got the glow in the dark. So it's, it's that greenish, milky white color during the day, and then it glows in the dark, like bright green in at night. They have one now that's black during the day and glows the same green at night.
Oh,
they released it the day after they fucking shipped my patch. I was like, bro, I'd have ordered that if you'd have told me. Like when I put the order in, if you'd have sent me an email and said, hey, we got this new color. Do you want to try it? Yes.
Yes.
Now I got to figure out something to replace and try it. Max is here and he did not disappoint in the comment section.
He lives up to his promises.
All right, we'll show this one now. Warrior Lodge Inner Circle goes live on Sunday. And that's how Gary can afford an ACAL. Gary's not buying an ACAL with that.
I should make a ride along. Well, we don't teach classes on ride along. A 0 point Warrior Lodge. It's going to happen at some point. Some sort of subscription membership. But man, there is a 4x4 ambulance that I found in New Jersey. That, man, if I had people throwing money at me, I would buy that thing tonight. Like, and I'm not just because I'm a huge whacker now because of all the EMS stuff, but because it's a 4x4 Quigley van that has a big box on the back that can be turned into like an off-road camper.
Yep.
That would be the coolest thing ever to like bring around as like the training wagon,
Yeah. I back when I was welding many moons ago, a whole lifetime ago, I wanted to, in my head, I was like, oh, I should buy a welder, get a truck just for a welding truck, stock it up, whatever. And I was like, I should buy an old ambulance because it's got all the shit to put your tools in.
Yeah.
And where you would have the patient in that section. I don't even know if that section it's called something. But the floor space is open. I just take a fucking gas powered welder and throw it in there and run the exhaust out. I was like, oh, that'd be perfect. And then on the side of it, the pipe doctor. Yeah, but I hate welding. So that it was one of those things that was interesting as I came, actually, I think I talked to a student about it, a welding student. There was probably some back and forth going, come up with the idea, but I thought it was interesting nonetheless.
Yeah.
Now, if you take it to a training class and be like, hey, we have an evac vehicle, and they see an ambulance already waiting, they'll be like, hey, what the fuck kind of shit happens at these classes?
Dude, this ambulance has a gurney in it. It's got all the BLS supplies in it. Still. Be like, hey, I know how to use all those.
Will Crutcher says that's a good porn name too, the pipe doctor.
Yeah, sure is.
Well, I'll tell you another idea I had. This is my retirement plan. I'm going to go buy an old church, and I'm going to turn it into a strip club. So you like go into confessional for a private dance, and like the bouncer will wear like a collar, like whatever the fuck a priest collar is called.
Uh-huh.
Any of the girls that are like working like at the bar or whatever will wear like nun habits. The stripper girls wear whatever the heck, real nothing essentially. But
It's kind of
and do like the stained glass, but instead of like Jesus, have it be like chicks,
yeah.
mud flap girls and whatnot. And now check it out for a name: Sinners, righteous entertainment with a devilish twist. Hmm.
Mm.
That's my retirement business right there. Not allowed pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, I don't think you'd get the zoning approved.
Like any community that has a church is not going to be okay with me converting it into a strip club. Create a religion around it. Live tax free. Everyone can live tax free if they're not a bitch.
At some point, we're gonna have to make the Mandalorian religion so that we can, live tax free on training. Like, weapons are a part of my religion.
Dude, I'm wearing the I train, therefore I am shirt right now underneath.
Oh yeah,
underneath the hoodie, I think. Yep.
I've had a few good ideas every now and then.
Like that's like a sinner's level good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's all I got. Anything else you want to chat about here?
No, a few. I mean, like just things people can keep on their radar. If you're in Pennsylvania and you value combatives,
yes,
Aaron Little is bringing his class to Noah's Place out in Brookville in just a couple of weeks. I think it's February 7th and 8th that
like
weekend.
2 weeks from now, I think.
So if you can, even if you can't make it, if you could help, if there's anybody still listening, please spread the word. He deserves all of the support that he can get to fill that class. We're trying to make a great, community of people here that'll kind of do some combative stuff with Aaron on a regular basis. I think that'd be amazing. And he's coming out to Eastern Pennsylvania. I've been waiting to announce this so that I could try to get some people into his class out in Noah's Place. He will be coming out here at the end of May. So
nice.
That is live as well. We'll get the word out on that.
Well, I will definitely be at the February one.
Yeah, I will be in Montana, or on my way. And then
is he coming out like the 31st of May?
Yes, it should be on the calendar, I believe.
I'm looking just at my Google calendar, so I wasn't.
May 30th and 31st.
Perfect.
That's when Aaron is going to be in the Eastern Pennsylvania area. We gotta find him a location, but
we should get him to come out a week early to hang out with us and join us for
Wolverine Warfare.
Yep.
I'll let you handle that one. You get him out here. I'm sure he will enjoy the hell out of it.
I don't know how he couldn't, especially because he'll get to hang out all weekend with us and Jay and Calvin.
He could be Strelnikov.
He could be. You're like, hey guys, if Strelnikov finds you, it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna get tight. He's coming out then, and then Tactical Response is coming to Pennsylvania on May 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th.
Yes.
So I'm hosting them for that out in Sugarloaf. The site's live. Go to Tactical Response. And then I did line up another.
I'm going to swing by for that as well. Come down for a visit.
Yeah. And then we did just line up another hosted trainer. It's a bit far out, but put it on your calendars now. April 2027. Craig Caudle is coming to Pennsylvania. We were making sure that happens. But we had to schedule him far out because he's a busy man.
Oh, yes. Good. That is on the calendar.
Nature Reliance School.
Yep. Awesome.
But hopefully as soon as he gets links up on his website, hopefully within the next few months or so, we can start promoting that and getting people to sign up for it.
Yes, I would. Everyone should take that as well.
But yeah, and then there's stuff on 0.2. Like you should come train with me as well. But you know, I'm terrible at letting people know about stuff that I'm doing. So
well, at least you let people know about some stuff, because you're still better at it than, well, most everyone.
Oh yeah, it's not even a question. All right.
All right, awesome. I guess we can sign out of here and let these people go about their beautiful Friday evening and get ready for a snowpocalypse.
Yep.
And they can listen to the new Megadeth album while they shovel snow this weekend. And then get online and put your credit card info in and send me a couple G's to join the inner circle.
You can train for life.
Train for life. Isn't that the name of Aaron's class?
Fight to live.
Fight to live. Train for life. Same thing.
Same thing.
All right, everybody. You all take it easy out there, and we'll see you. I can't even promise when it's going to be. The next time there's something interesting to make a live stream about, I'll have a live chat.
Yeah. Check out the Ride Along EMT School podcast every Monday.
Every Monday.
Where you find podcasts.
All right, toodles.